Hey guys, welcome back to my channel where we play our way. So this is a tutorial on how to play Human Nature by Michael Jackson. So I hope this video doesn't get taken down. I know just the Michael Jackson team is very notorious for taking down any kind of tutorial or any kind of tab wherever you can find it. So I really hope it doesn't get taken down. But yeah, just a couple of chords throughout this song. Some of them are gonna be kind of funky, so even with the capo, so bear with me. Just if you guys can't get through it, just practice over and over and over again, or find your way of making the chords easier for yourself and find a way to manage getting through the song. So to start off, what you're gonna need for the intro, we're gonna start with the intro, we're gonna break it into parts, and I'm gonna put the chords and the tabs up on the screen so you guys can follow through with me. So for the 4 chords you need are gonna be an F major chord, a G major, then a weird chord, funky chord called an E flat major 7. I promise you, it's easier than it sounds. And then the 4th chord is going to be a D minor 7. So to play an F chord, what you're going to do is, before I forget, I forgot to mention that you're going to need the capo on the 2nd fret. So first, second, on the 2nd fret, capo. You don't have a capo, grab a rubber band and a pencil and just twist it and slap it on. If you don't have a rubber band, grab a hair tie or anything kind of elastic, and then just put a pen or a pencil and wrap it around the guitar. So to play an F chord, what you're going to do is you're going to take your ring finger and put it on the 3rd of the A string. So get close up for you guys. Then you take your pinky and put it on the D of the 3rd fret. So you have the ring and pinky on the 3rd of the A and the D. Then you take your middle finger and put it on the G string of the 2nd fret. Then you take your index finger and put it on the B and high E of the 1st fret. So all together. You can play the full bar if you want. I don't think the song requires it, but you can play the. You can do it that way if that's what you want to do. In this case, however, I think because you're not really playing that. Up to you guys, it's a preference. I play without it. If you can't do the full bar yet, what I do to get away with it, because sometimes even the bar for me, I've been playing for 17 years, and sometimes I get tired playing the bar. So what I do is I put my thumb over the low E string and just cover it, because I'm already pressing down the other 5 strings, right? So what I'll do is I'll put my thumb over the low E to mimic a bar. You can do it that way. You can play the full bar. You can play without it, however you want. So there's 3 ways in a quick short span, right? So then we go to a G chord. And a G chord, you're gonna be on the 2nd and 3rd fret. What you're gonna do is take your middle and put it on the 3rd of the low E. Take your index finger and put it on the A string of the 2nd fret. Take your ring and pinky and put it on the B and high E of the 3rd fret. It's all together. And you're strumming all 6 strings. So it goes from F. Okay. Then you have what they call an E flat major 7. Now, if you are in transition between a full bar or like just between that beginner and intermediate phase, this is a good way to practice bar chords with your index and your ring finger. So for this E flat major 7, what you're gonna do is you're gonna do half a bar. So what you're gonna do is bar the G, B, and high E of the 3rd fret. So I'm playing all 3 strings, but I'm pressing down only with my ring finger on those bottom 3 strings. Then you take your index, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if your index finger touches the bottom 3 strings, because as long as you have that ring finger pressed down, nothing will happen to it. So I'm laying down my index finger. It makes no difference. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna do the half a bar on the 3rd fret on the G, B, and E, right? Then you take your index and put it on the 1st fret of the D string. I personally do a full bar just because I find it easier than having to press down just 1 string by itself in this situation. So I just do the full bar. Up to you guys. The tab will be on the screen, so just play the bottom 4 strings and you're good to go. Then it finishes on a D minor 7 for the intro. So what you're gonna do is You're muting the top two strings, so you're not playing the E and the A. You're only playing the bottom four strings. You have an open D string. Take your middle and put it on the second of the G string. Take your index and put it on the first fret of the B and high E. So I'll get my finger out of the way. Middle on the G string. Playing the bottom four strings. So once again, the intro is F, G, E flat major 7, D minor 7. Once again. That's the intro. Now throughout the song when it says looking out, right? So it's just F, G, F, G. City wings, a sleepless eye. Then when he starts singing the lyric sweet seducing sighs right there, what you're gonna do is F, sweet seducing sighs. So what you're doing there, you're playing four chords. You're playing your F that we learned earlier. Then you're playing E minor 7. Easiest chord you can ever play. E minor 7 is just your middle finger and put it on the second fret of the A string. And then you play all 6 strings. That's all it is. There's nothing else to it. So it's F, E minor 7, D minor 7, the one we learned earlier, D minor 7. And then we have, now there's two things you can play. You can play either your normal G chord, right, that we learned. It can be F, E minor 7, D minor 7, G. You can do it that way. Technically, it's a G suspended fourth. I'll be on the screen, and it's actually a lot easier to play than it sounds. It's actually easier than the G chord. So what you're doing is you're not playing the low E and the A string, the top two strings. You're only playing the bottom four. So you have an open D string, open G string, and then you press down with your index finger on the B and the high E. So sweet, seducing sighs, get me out into the nighttime. So it repeats for the verses, verse 1 and 2. It repeats that way. Then when he finally gets to the chorus, where it says, why tell them that it's human nature. That one's a little funky, but it's just playing the chord, is strumming it or plucking it. In my case, I pluck it, but you can strum or pluck it. Each chord just one time. So it's just gonna be C, C over B, A minor, and a G chord. Why tell them that it's human nature? So that's the fancy way of playing it, right? You don't have to play it that way. You can strum it. Why tell them that it's human nature? You can do it that way too. Whatever works for you. So when he says Y, F, second Y, G, C chord. No, you play C chord. So you're not playing the low E string, only the bottom 5 strings. So you're gonna have your ring finger and put it on the A of the 5th fret. Take your middle and put it on the second of the D. Take your index and put it on the first of the B. Bottom 5 strings. And as always, the diagrams will be on the screen. And a C over B, so you're gonna maintain that C major shape, right? All a C over B is you're gonna move your ring finger to the 2nd fret. So you have to shift it like that. So let me turn my guitar, you guys can see. So you have normal C chord, right? Then, so the way to play it is you're gonna have your middle and ring finger on the A and D of the 2nd. So it's almost like you're playing an E minor. And then you're gonna take your index finger and put it on the first of the B. So get my fingers out of the way. So you have middle, I'll do it the other way. First on the B, on the 1st fret, right? Then you take your ring finger and put it on the 2nd of the D. Take your middle finger and put it on the 2nd of the A string. C over B, C over C over B. Correction. Now that I'm actually playing it this the second time around, a C over B is actually just going to be just an A minor, plain and simple. So it's just going to be, let's see, let me check my notes real quick. No, I had it right. So yeah. I was thinking of another variation of a C chord, but no, I had it. Correction, I had it right. Go with my original thought. So C over B, C over B. So once again, it's just for correction purposes. It is going to be your middle on the second of the A, ring on the second of the D, and first on the B. Again, the chord will be on the screen. So you have C over B, A minor. So an A minor, all that is you have an open A string. I was getting ahead of myself, so it's going to be an open on the A string. Take your middle and put it on the second of the D string. Take your ring and put it on the second of the G string. Take your index and put it on the first of the B. So bottom 5 strings. Finishes on a G chord. So it's going to be, tell them that it's human nature. C over B, A minor, G. Then the second time around, rather than do the Y on the second version, the second bar of him saying Y, but F, E minor. Does he do me that way? D minor 7. Again, the progression is going to be on the screen. If you guys want to look up a tab online, go ahead and Google it, and you guys will see the same thing I'm seeing on my screen right now. And that's pretty much the entire song, just in different, arrangements. Some people have without the capo, some people have with. I prefer the one with, just a little easier to play, but you can definitely play it without and just get through the song that way. So yeah, guys, that's the entire song. I hope you guys liked the tutorial. I hope you guys have good luck with it. I understand some chords can be a little more like technical or a little more look or sound complicated, but I promise you they're a lot easier than they are. Not to say that they are easy. If you're a beginner, work through it. You're gonna power through. You will get through the song. If you are a beginner, my advice to you would be play the chord that you know very well. Like most of the time you learn a G chord, you learn an E minor chord, or in some cases even a C chord or an F, right? So take the chords you already know, master those first. So for example, most of the time it's, again, the G, E minor, C chords. Those are the basic ones that usually every beginner learns right away. So if you're really good at playing a G chord, make sure you have it down, strum it multiple times. Get through that first, and then tackle the chords that you don't know and take it one step at a time. So my advice would be, let's say you can't do an F chord. Let's say it sounds like, what you do is you just press down the fingers that you can, one finger at a time. So this one's coming out okay, but the rest are coming out like crap, right? Then you press 2 fingers down, you press the shape over and over and over again until you get through it. And that's how you get through the song. Just take it step by step through the chords. If you guys get sick of playing it over and over again, step away from it. Try another song, or just play the chords by themselves. Don't try to play through this. Just focus on one chord at a time, and then come back to the song when you feel that you've at least been able to play the chords at least once each. And then just repetition of repeating those chords over and over again until you get it. But anyways, that was just my rant for the beginners. So hope you guys liked the tutorial. I know it's kind of a long one, but it's a really good song. I really love this song. So yeah, guys, this ends the video. I want to thank you guys for watching and always supporting my channel, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thank you.